The siren, and the second quarter of this Good Friday clash at War Memorial Park is underway. Again, no ruckman getting a tap onto it, and it's going to be cleared away by the Panthers and Mitch Stafford. Deep inside 50 they go. Montanaro got a hand on it to try and keep it forward, and the Borough will see that ball go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, but it's deep inside forward 50 for Eltham, and we're going to get a good look to see if they can keep it inside forward 50, Jared.
We definitely are, as Byron and Howard are going to go head-to-head in this ruck battle inside forward 50. So Eltham looking to get a score on the board early and really use advantage of this breeze going to the left-hand side of your radio dial. Byron does get the tap down. Handball out in favour of Eltham. Can't get a clean possession. There has been a free kick paid to the Panthers, and it will be a shot on goal from directly in front. And it is going to be Jason McCormick taking this one. So a player we said is going to be dangerous in front of goals for the Panthers. We don't know how much we're going to see him at the local level in 2024, but he's going to look to have a big impact today and kick the first one of this second quarter. Directly in front, man on the mark, standing about 25 metres out from goal, doing a little dance on the mark to try and put McCormick off. But it's to no avail as McCormick sends that one straight through the big sticks. And the perfect start to this second quarter for Eltham. And now they move to 4 goals straight, 24, trailing Greensborough 6-6-42.
Josh, exactly how Eltham had to start this second quarter to ensure they were still in the contest.
And that's exactly what Jason McCormick would have wanted as well, just because he was, much like Eltham for most of that quarter, he was kept pretty quiet by Zach Hart. So that's a much-needed confidence booster for him.
So we'll see if they can keep this up. They have been pretty accurate, which is positive for the Panthers. 4 straight for them and 4 individual goal kickers too, which will certainly please Tim Bongetti. But back in the middle we go again. It's going to be Nathan Howard and Jaden Collins to continue proceedings here. Howard getting the tap. Ball hobbling around. No one able to get a clean possession on it. And the umpire will hover and be happy to see a secondary stoppage. 2 minutes into this second quarter, of course. Packed out crowd here at Greensborough War Memorial Park. Not a cloud in the sky. Grabbing it out of the ruck this time was Howard, then lost the football. And we'll have a third straight stoppage right in the middle. So no movement yet from either side as the ball gets tossed up very quickly. Again, it's Collins. Again, it's Howard. Howard getting the tap. Glenn almost picked it up. Furlong, though, spinning around. He's done that a few times today, but it'll be Greensborough that emerge away. And now it's a chance for a big kick inside 50. Is it going to be straight enough?
Ferranato.
Daniel Ferranato has a third goal. And it's the 7th for the Borough. It's 7-6-48. Eltham, 4 straight 24, and it's a big response straight away. It
definitely is. Bursting out of that stoppage, Greensborough have done well in getting into the hands of Daniel Ferranato. We said he could be the answer for their goal kicking. 27 goals in 16 games last season, but we probably didn't expect him to have 3 a couple of minutes into the second quarter. And he's just one that Eltham are going to have to watch as this game rolls on.
Well, I mean, he is still young in terms of senior experience as well as Daniel Ferranato, only with the 18 senior games. So he's only going to get better, which is quite an exciting proposition for Greensborough fans.
It certainly is. So they get one straight away, and it's 1 goal each to both sides to start this second term. Howard has been impressive in the ruck, and he wins it again. Panham going through was collected high as he tried to make his run. He'll win the ball, still in the centre square. What options does he have? Spearing one inside 50. He's dropped, though, on that occasion by Phelan. Still a chance for Luke if he can pick it up cleanly. He's able to paddle that one to Panham, who will try again. Will it work for McCubbin? It won't. He'll go over his head. And Quainer takes the mark deep in defensive 50 for the Panthers. Right next to a very busy-looking crowd. Quainer. Again, we'll send this one down the line. Byron there, but Greensborough all the numbers at hand at the moment. They'll look to send this back in. Now it's a chance for Christian Ferranato. Keeps this ball in play, and then eventually he's taken out of bounds for Andrew throwing 55 out from goal. So while Daniel's been getting plenty of the goals, expect Christian to work his way into the game, coming off a Northern Knights best and fairest.
As ball back into play, Collins does get the tap down to Donaldson, who gets a quick kick forward for Eltham. Can't find a target. Is eventually picked up, and now going forward for the Panthers is Montanaro. He kicks one in the direction of a teammate.
It's going to be a free kick, sorry.
It has been a free kick paid on that outer side. So it is going to go in favour of Greensborough, and they're just going to rebound and send themselves forward. The kick does find a teammate. Brindley there is tackled as he tries to dispose of it. Eltham players asking for a free kick. They eventually do get the ball, and the mark is taken by Byron. He's going to go central to Montanaro, who takes the mark at centre-half forward, looking to play on and get it inside forward 50 as quick as possible. Catch this Greensborough defence. He's just made to stand and assess his options. Now sends one inside.
Oh.
And the Eltham play does come from behind. It's touched, so didn't get paid the mark, but he's gone for goal and just sent that one out to the right-hand side.
McCormick.
And it was Jason McCormick. So another opportunity for the Panthers early in this second quarter. And their first blemish for the day, 4-1-25. The Panthers trailing Greensborough 7-6-48.
He's capable of the magical goals, Jason McCormick. That's what we've come to expect. Not to be on this occasion, but don't count it out. Johnston to Panham. Right on the half-back line. So Panham just assessing his options. The players start to come down the line. They go towards Brindley now. Is that going to keep in? I don't think it will. Out of bounds on the full. So another chance here for Eltham. This is going to be Minahan. Runs around the man on the mark. Sends it towards the pocket. Greensborough with numbers around, and they'll be able to clear it away once again. The spearing ball almost worked. No, picked up by Waldron. Now a chance for Glasgow. Glasgow towards the top of the goal square. Numbers fly. No one picking it up cleanly. The Borough will have to run this one out. Not for long. What a huge tackle from Matthew Byron. Fantastic pressure from the big man. And Byron's going to have another great opportunity to kick his second for the afternoon. And that is what we want to see more from the Panthers if you're a neutral.
That is definitely what you want to see, especially coming from the big man himself, Matthew Byron, who is looking really fit, I have to admit, ahead of this season. I feel like he'll look to take advantage of that opportunity, getting more senior opportunities now. And this is a good opportunity to get Eltham somewhat back into this contest, Nick.
So Byron, again, almost directly in front. Maybe a slight angle, and he's probably slightly further out than he was when he kicked his first goal of the game. Nonetheless, an important one for Eltham. For their second, he's kicked it into the man of the mark, and it's been marked. Well, wouldn't be marked because it was touch. And the Borough, well, they're going to play on and get themselves out of defensive 50. Johnson, big tackle laid against him, though. And the pressure has just been turned up a notch by the Panthers. And they force another stoppage inside forward 50.
I believe that one did go down as a touch behind as well. The umpire did fly the flag after that one. So it did go through for a behind after that was touched. And now Eltham looking to apply the pressure and go back inside forward 50. Mark almost taken, but the Greensborough defender standing strong. And now we'll send this one out of defensive 50 in the Andronako direction. Goes over his head and trickles out of bounds on the far side wing. As Eltham, a few good moments early in this second quarter, just can't get the reward on the scoreboard, Josh.
And I think it was Matthew Byron who laid that tackle after the kick in, which is just, that's setting an example right there.
So it was a tap there from Evans doing some ruck work, picked up by Quainer, who goes towards half forward, but it's cut off by Johnston. Where have we seen that before? Jack Johnston, it's his intercept game, he's second to none. His kick will work too, although Eltham players are going to put a bit of pressure on Sievers. He's still got it across, and then Hart with a chipping ball, and Greensborough are still able to keep control of things for the time being. They're still a fair way from home. Centre wing, broadcast side. He's going to chip this one high and long. Who flies for this? Smith was the target. Punched away by the Panthers. Ball hits the deck. A lot of numbers around. We're going to have a stoppage about 40 to 35 metres out from goal. A lot of voice. And the Borough with a chance here. Evans, Smith. Smith grabs out of the ruck, got the handball away, was intercepted by Donaldson, clears it very quickly. Off hands, mark is taken by Brindley. Another intercept mark for Tom Brindley, who's been doing a mountain of work in the back half alongside Johnston and Sievers. Call to play on. Brindley, very high ball this one. Smith's going to have to beat a few in the air. Decided to stay down. Chance for Ferranato. Got the handball back to Bose. Bose running out of options. Wasn't a great handball. Now players piling all over each other. Chance here for Phelan. Will be run out by Furlong. Over to Montanaro. Chipping ball towards the wing. Almost intercepted by Brindley. Will go out of bounds anyway. And Tom Brindley, you can see why Richmond VFL have rated him pretty high over the last 18 months.
Yeah, definitely. It's a dangerous sight when you're going up against Greensborough. You look up the ground, you see Jack Johnson, you're like, okay, I'm not going to kick it in his direction. So you kick it somewhere else, and Tom Brindley's there intercepting. It's a tough one to break through if you're Eltham. So you're going to have to find an avenue inside forward 50 as this game does roll on. Ball thrown back into play. Tap comes down to Panham. He's wrapped up immediately, and we'll have another stoppage on this near side wing right in front of the scoreboard and basically right in front of our commentary position. So Howard and Evans going to go up in the ruck contest once again. Donaldson just sends a spiral inside forward 50, goes over the head of a teammate and does find its way into the arms of, it looks like, Angus Sievers in defence. So a short kick does find Bowes, who has it on the half-back flank. He's just going to send a short ball, and it is going to be marked by Martin Fitzgerald. So Greensborough just with a slow approach to their attack now. And now this will be a long ball in the McCubbin direction. He's going to fly at the back and does take that mark. And we'll look to send the Borough inside forward 50. He's got a man on his own in Stullis. First time we've called his name today, I reckon, but he takes the mark. Handball's off, and now a shot towards goal, just out to the left-hand side. That was O'Dwyer Richards, it looks like. So another blemish for Greensborough, 7-7-49. The home side leading Eltham 4-2-26.
Oh, dangerous quick coming out of defence from Quaynard, picked up by Glasgow, and he'll find Wachinga at half-back, right in front of our commentary position and the Eltham bench. Tim Bonghetti, as we mentioned, his first appearance back at his old home ground. He goes inboard with Chingar, and the mark just taken in the end by Sullivan. Also one back in this team after playing in their reserves flag last year. Good kick there from Sullivan as well. And now they're going to find the handball receive. So a chance for Malloy getting it off Evans. Malloy takes a bounce right on the boundary, and Sievers just with the palm ensures that one stays out of play. We're going to have a boundary throw in 11 and a half minutes into this second quarter. Meanwhile, it's half time by the looks of it at Layla Reserve, and Epping still hold that 14-point advantage. Boundary throwing incoming. It's going to be Evans again to do the ruck work. He's up against Nathan Howard, who's been able to rejuvenate himself, you feel like, after coming from Bundoora. Clearing kick from Eltham was smothered. Chance for the Borough, and then it's taken off by Donaldson, who sends it towards the top of the goal square. And a fantastic mark. Is that Byron again? That is a terrific kick inside, but an even better mark. And it is Matthew Byron, who has had a fantastic second quarter, both with and without the football. And now he's looking for his second goal again.
And Jesse Donaldson coming off the ground for a well-deserved rest. Got a couple of crucial clearances in this second quarter. That one into the hands of Byron, who's having a brilliant term himself, and will line up for his second goal. It is going to be a tight angle. And as you remember, the last one he had kicked it into the man on the mark. So we'll be looking to avoid that on this occasion. He starts his run up now. It's a very deliberate approach. And sends the ball on its way. Starts it out right, but goes straight through the big stick. So Matthew Byron has 2 in the second term for Eltham. And they're back within 17 points. The Panthers 5-2-32, trailing Greensborough 7-7-49.
Josh, they might be okay in the forward line this year if McCormick is going to be unavailable, because Matthew Byron, well, with his experience, he's come in and he has turned this game on its head.
Well, he's really the oldest man in that forward line, the leader of that forward line with the 58 senior games, and he's 29 as well. So he really, as I mentioned before, he really does want to step it up, and he has shown that he wants to step it up with a couple of really bone-crunching tackles and then kicking the 2 goals as well. I'm excited to see what his season can hold and what he can do for the rest of this contest.
Only managed 6 senior games last year, kicking 5 goals in that, and was part of that 2023 reserves flag for Eltham, and he'll be hopeful now that he gets a really good opportunity. His first taste of Division 1 football, as would be the case for a lot of these players in this Eltham side this afternoon. But we're back in the middle, and Greensborough, well, they'll want to try and keep this lead intact, but they're certainly under pressure to keep it. Grabbed out of the ruck by Collins, tried to kick it forward, intercepted again by Brindley, although that handball a bit dangerous from McFawn. Eltham were able to grab it again, but it's going to be a boundary throw-in. A ball up, I should say. It's just outside 50 for Eltham. Tap again from Collins. Montanaro under a bit of pressure with the kick, goes towards the pocket, and is that going to be marked inside the field of play? Looks like it will be, and it is that man again, Matthew Byron, with another inside 50 mark. He's going to handball it across, and a shot on goal from Malloy right to the line. And, well...
it's going to be told to go back on his mark, I think.
So what would not have, doesn't look like it's counted. So Malloy, well, Byron, in fact, is going to have to start this again. And Greensborough looks like they'll be more equipped to deal with the Malloy run. But it's going to be Byron. Now, this is a really difficult angle, particularly for, I believe, a right footer anyway in Matthew Byron. So he'll kick from probably about 45 out. And he was looking for his third goal of the first half.
Who's been here longer?
Starts his approach.
What I'm trying to do with you.
Byron from just inside the paint of 50, and that is going to go across the face. No! It's gone straight through. Byron has kicked 2 straight. It's his third for the afternoon, and he is putting Eltham on his back right now. 6-2-38. Greensborough 7-7-49, and what a great run this has been from the Panthers, Josh.
It has. And it's been led by Matthew Byron, which is somewhat of a surprise. It's definitely a positive having a look ahead to, or for the outlook of the season, just because it does show that they don't have to rely on Jason McCormick, who's obviously kicked the other goal of this quarter for Eltham. But this is a good quarter from a forward I've seen in the NFNL in a fair while now.
So the ball back into play in the middle of the ground. Collins able to take that one out of the ruck. And the ball chance have been called from the Eltham bench here. As now it'll be another stoppage inside the middle of War Memorial Park. It is going to be Smith doing the ruck work, takes that one out and just slams it on the boot forward for Greensborough. Declan Ayre standing under this one, can't take the mark, goes over Wachinga's head. Lane Sinclair gets a clean handball out of that passage of play. And just moving the ball forward for the Panthers. Valance takes it, he's into the short sleeves now. Gets a handball over to Glasgow, who his handball is smothered, and now Greensborough looking to go forward, but the cleanliness of Donaldson able to get Eltham going forward, and now it's going to be kicked inside forward 50, and the mark is taken on the last line of defence for Greensborough.
They kick it out of defensive 50, but it's not a great one. Should be picked up here by Chocker. Just had to get the handball away. He's got numbers. Furlong's got plenty of space. Looks to approach the 50, and he just waited for Chocker to make the run. Now he's on the boundary. Just snaps it towards goal. Almost picked up on the full by Sievers. Now grabs it again, and Johnson will concede it behind. And Eltham are closing. It's back to that 10-point margin they got to midway through the first term. 7-7-49 to Greensborough. Eltham 6-3-39. We are 17.5 into the first term. They're able to get their way out of defensive 50 for now, the Borough. Under a lot of pressure to do so. That handball not great to Lawler. He's almost coughed it up. He has Stafford with the intercept. Can they pick it up cleanly? Greensborough, they've given away a free kick. And Eltham are going to have what looks like another shot on goal. Oh, it is a fair way out. Can they make it work? It's going to be a chance here, by the looks of it, for Sullivan. And with the man on the mark, probably on the paint of 50, slight angle to speak of. Did say there's a bit of a wind in his back, Josh, so might help Sullivan.
It might have died down from the looks of things at the moment, but you never know. We're inside, they're outside, so it'll be interesting to see how if he gets the distance.
To bring it back to single digits for the first time since the first minute of the game, Sullivan's got an almighty kick to get. It's going to go right to the line. Numbers across, and it was a good leap and a good mark taken in defence by the Borough. And it will be able to be reset by McFawn. And they go through their defensive 50 again.
So deep in the defensive pocket are Greensborough, withstanding this Eltham barrage in this second quarter. Now goes long up the ground. There's a big fly at the back of that pack. Can't take the mark. And now a pack of players coming up. It is going to be Bose who gets to his feet out of that stoppage and will go backwards with the handball. It does eventually trickle out of bounds, so we'll have another stoppage. Defensive side of centre wing for the Borough. On the outer side here at War Memorial Park, they do hold a 10-point lead. We tick past 19 minutes into this second quarter. Umpire restarts play now. Collins up against Smith in the ruck contest. Smith gets a tap down to Panham, who breaks a couple of tackles and will send the ball forward for the Borough. Can't find a marking target as Culligan, who's the only man back there for Eltham. He gets a handball off. Wachinga's tackled. And that has been...
Boundary throwing.
Yeah, it's gone over the boundary line, so it will be thrown back in. I think the Greensborough defender, or the Greensborough attackers wanted holding the ball call, but it's going to be thrown in right in front of Greensborough's bench.
Smith and Collins to do battle. Smith getting the tap. Red best by Glasgow, who was taken high as he kicked it. So he'll win the ball back anyway. Right in front, as we said, of that Greensborough bench. Glasgow on the outer side. Not many fruitful options for him, so goes down the line and almost the mark taken by Byron. Still kept in play, so Luke got over to Andronako. Back to Luke. Can handball it forward. Clever tap that was. And now Johnston streaming into the forward half. The kick inside to Phelan, and he takes the mark. And great transition play from the Borough. Johnston getting involved as well. Some clever work done from Fisher as well with that little tap to Johnston. And now Tom Phelan we see for probably the first time this afternoon. 10 goals last year. He'll look for his first.
I'm going to say, I don't think that was Johnston's intended target going forward. Did come off the side of the boot a little bit, but when you're as good as Jack Johnston, even your miss kicks find targets.
Yes.
So, an opportunity for Greensborough to steady here. And comes in, sends it on its way. Umpire fading out to the right-hand or left-hand side. It will end up that way. So, another behind on the board for Greensborough. And that will take them to 50 points for the half. 7 goals, 8 the Borough leading. Eltham 6-3-39.
Matthew Byron coming for a well-earned rest after a great second quarter. Quainer out of defensive 50. Coming in hard was Waldron. Couldn't complete the mark. The Borough just get boot to ball inside. It won't work. Sinclair intercepts. And he'll reset. Deep inside his defensive pocket. Sinclair might be forced to go down the line here. That's what he does. High ball. A lot of tall players here. What a mark! David Evans! Incredible grab. And there's your first mark of the year contender. Evans sends it towards half forward. Brindley got hands onto it, couldn't complete it. Montanaro at ground level, dropped the football, umpire agrees. Greensborough get it back. Wow, what a mark.
I think David Evans was about fourth in line to take that mark. Somehow he jumped over the pack to take it. Absolutely unbelievable grab. And as you said, it'll be hard to beat as the mark of the year for 2024. The kick forward for Greensborough does find Nathan Howard. There's Tim Bongetti letting some frustrations out on the bench in front of us. Now inside forward 50, the Borough do go, and the mark has been taken there by Harrison Andronako. The man on the mark standing on the paint of 50 metres. Andronako looking for options inside forward 50, going to go to the hot spot. And 2 Eltham defenders come and try to spoil that one through. The goal has been claimed by Greensborough. And the umpire is having a chat on the goal line.
Goal umpire's confident, I reckon.
I reckon this one's a goal. And
Goal!
the umpire has signalled it has been a goal awarded. Was it Ethan Luke who came through that passage?
I think it was, yeah.
And just somehow got the boot to ball, and won against the run of play for Greensborough. And now moves the margin back to 17 points. Greensborough 8-8-56. Leading Eltham 6-3-39.
Well, a goal against the run of play, very important for Greensborough. Whether it was meaningful or not doesn't matter, but the fact is, an important one.
It is a massive one for Greensborough, and as you said, out of nowhere. And Ethan Luke himself came out of nowhere. We know he's got pace to burn, and that goal just proves it.
Back in the middle then, can the Borough get something working? Smith tried to grab it out, was unsuccessful. Ball hobbles back to Donaldson at the back of the stoppage. That was intercepted too. A lot of players around this contest. Evans in there as well, still hobbling around, and then eventually cleared by Donaldson. Will it work? No. Chest mark was dropped initially, but the Panthers have numbers. Quainer. Short chipping ball works for Waldron, and then he's going to go further down the line, and it might be a free kick anyway. It is. Malloy will pick up. And he's in a bit of pain, Sebastian Malloy, but he's able to grab this one. 24 minutes now into the second quarter. Almost tight on the boundary. Malloy. Deep inside 50 he goes, off hands. Still a chance. Brindley tried to grab it with his own arms, couldn't do so. Evans in there. They try to get it closer to goal, the Panthers, but it's cleared away by the Borough. It might work out. Almost a mark for Phelan. It's going to be claimed. And as you can tell, the Eltham coaching bench not particularly pleased with that. Phelan gets things moving. A nice little kick towards the outer side. And now a chance for the Borough to push forward. Inside 50 they go. Not a great kick, but not a great bounce for Wachinga either. A few to choose from. It's Sinclair in the end who finds Waldron. Just takes the mark on the corner of the square. Going to go inboard with this kick. And This one will just work too. McCormick, while he played on, still has possession of the football. Hands over the top and then crunched is Sullivan by Nathan Howard. And will be a ball up centre half forward for the Panthers.
It's a pressure cooker in here at the moment. Both sides throwing punches left, right and centre, or just throwing tackles left, right and centre, I should say. It's quite remarkable.
As Howard just shoves Evans under that footy in the ruck contest and sends one forward for Greensborough. It is going to be Glenn who sends it inside at forward 50, and it will be a foot race to this ball. It's going to be Andrew Narco. Burns the tackler, handballs along the ground, picks it up himself, snaps on the right boot, sends it towards goal, hits the top of the goalpost. So almost another brilliant goal in that forward pocket in this game, and it was Andrew Narco on that occasion who just gets the behind late in this second quarter.
He was off to the races too at the celebration. He thought that was home, but it just faded away late. It's another behind for the Borough. They lead by 18 points. Quaynard decides to go short this time, and he finds his co-captain Lane Sinclair. We're almost 26 minutes into the second quarter. Sinclair called to play on. Not confident with his options, so just goes down the line. It's going to fall short for a lot of players, but Greensborough with the numbers at ground level might be able to get things going. Panham just didn't find a target he liked, so we'll hold this ball up, and we're going to have a stoppage in front of the Greensborough bench. The tap this time from Evans. Panham going in hard. Andrew Nacco again, spinning around, sends it inside 50. Culligan on his own. And the extra man in defence works out for the Panthers on this occasion. He takes the mark, and we'll just chip this one through and find Harvey Furlong, who you can expect, I think, to play a lot more in the midfield this year. Decides to go through, and in the sun, it was lost by his Eltham teammate, but Glasgow able to keep things moving, although that kick's coughed up and has gone straight to Jack Johnston. Now, Eltham got to be weary here. Johnston spearing ball inside. It's going to be able to get a hand onto it, though, for the Panthers. And the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, and I'd need to double check. Is that Darcy Valance in short sleeves now?
Yeah, he changed it. Must have changed it at 4 times.
I was a bit flabbergasted for a second, but it is certainly the co-captain. Ball gets tossed up. Evans gets a tap back, and Greensborough will win a high free kick. And they'll be able to go inside 50. They might look to go quickly. We're into minute 27 of this second quarter. Who are the options as they try to get this one through? Call to play on. High ball here. Daniel Chenko has to beat about 4. Culligan dropped the mark, but it's going to be a holding free kick to the Panthers anyway. And they can reset.
So umpire just figuring out who this ball should stay with. It is going to be Lane Sinclair, who did draw that free kick on the last line of defence for Eltham. So he's going to go short in the back pocket to his co-captain in Darcy Valance. It's looked like just about to tick over 28 minutes gone in this second quarter, so can't be much longer left. There's a long ball out of defence, but Brindley standing at the back of the pack stands strong and takes that mark for Greensborough. So they look to go inside forward 50, but that kick is intercepted by Harvey Furlong, who'll send Eltham further forward. We're just playing a bit of kick-to-kick here. Now it's going to be Andrew Stulls taking the intercept mark for Greensborough on the half-forward flank. He's going to go with a short kick down the line to Brindley, who just assesses his options before wheeling around onto that right boot. Going to send a long one forward for the Borough. And there's going to be a mark taken by Bowes at the back of that pack. And plays on and finds a target inside 50 in Brodie Glenn, but the siren has sounded for half-time. And it will be Greensborough with an 18-point lead heading into the main break. It's 8 goals, 9-57. Greensborough leading Eltham 6-3-39.
Well,